Hi everybody, welcome to Develop Your English Skills channel. Today's lesson is how to teach grammar. I explain for you, I give many lessons about lesson plan, how to write lesson plan. I give you and explain many examples of lesson plan. Also, I explain for you how to teach listening, how to teach speaking, how to teach reading, and how to teach writing. Now I will explain for you how to teach grammar. But the thing that I will tell you is this lesson is very different from the others, because in the others I explained for you the 3 stages: pre, while, and post. Now I have 3 stages, but I have a different other stages. So let me explain for you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about PPP stages: presentation, practice, and production. This is a method of teaching grammar and vocab. If you want more information about PPP method, you can check my previous lessons to understand this method, to understand also standard-based approach, the relationship between standard-based approach and syllabus, and the communication, etc. So let me now give you the meaning of PPP. PPP is a model of lesson planning with the presentation, practice, and production stages. The teacher in the presentation stage begins the language lesson with models, situations, or illustrations of the topic. The practice stage is where the students practice the new language in a controlled way through drills and activities. Lastly, the production stage is when students are encouraged to use the new language in a freer way for their own purposes and meanings. Example, through role play, communication task, etc. So here the meaning, I think it's clear. If you don't understand it, you might press pause and read this quietly. But here that explained that these 3 stages: the first one, the students notice the rules. The next stage, which is practice stage, students try to practice this role, and production try to use their new production sentences using the role they require to study. I will give you more examples and more mini activity that teacher use in each of these stages. Let's start with the first stage, which is presentation stage. This stage is divided into 4 sub-stages. The first activity the teacher might use is contextualization. Teacher gives to students a dialogue or any text with 2 or 3 comprehension questions to read and answer. Contextualizing activity is an important activity just to make students understand what they want to study about. يعني هاد الاكتيفيتي كيساعد التلاميذ باش يعني يعطيهم فكره شنو غادي يدرسوا. Contextualization: put them in the contextualization of the topic of the lesson. Let's move to the next activity, which is noticing task. Learners read or listen to the same texts, which is now gapped, and fill in the many words. Learners might be also asked to notice and underline grammatical aspects in a text or statements. In this activity, students should notice these new rules, how this new rule structure in the sentence. يعني في هذا الاكتيفيتي هذا كتكون عند التلاميذ واحد الفرصه باش انهم يتعرفوا على the rule of these new rules، يعني كيتعرفوا على structure of this new rule. Another activity, which is the third one, is consciousness raising tasks. يعني هنايا ماشي فقط غادي يتعرفوا عليها، ولكن غادي يتعمقوا فيها أكثر. Learners are helped to discover how target grammar structure works by analyzing the data provided by reading or listening text. يعني هنايا كيتعمقوا اكثر في هذه القاعده اللي هما بصدد ديال الدراسه ديالها من بعد ما لاحظوها how to structure it. Now they will learn and discover it. يعني مثلا الا كتعرفوا كيقراو مثلا simple present, they know when to use it, how, etc. The fourth activity is checking task. Learners complete an activity to check if they have understood how the target structure works. يعني هنايا من بعد ما تعرفوا على هذه القاعدة الجديدة new rule, they will teacher give them this activity to know if they understand how this new rule structure. يعني كيعطيهم هذه الاكتيفيتي كذلك باش يشوفوا واش فعلا فهموا how to structure this new rule. Let's move now to the next stage, which is you should remember these stages and the activity of each stage by heart. The first one has contextualization, noticing and conscientizing and checking tasks. Let's move to the next one. Practice stage. There are two types of practice. The first one, controlled practice, is exercises that accept only one correct answer, like matching, because the aim is to formalize students with the term of the target structure. يعني هنايا مثلا كيعطيهم الاستاذ شي بعض الاسئله اللي كتكون عندهم واحد الجواب فقط، يعني باش ما يتلفش التلاميذ، وكذلك كيكون الاكسرسايز في متناول in the level of all students depending on the level of the students. يعني كاين مجموعه ديال الاكسرسايزز that teacher use with students depending on their level. Next practice is free practice. Exercises that accept different answers always start with controlled then free practice. يعني هذا كيكون exercise more complicated than the first one, just to know if the students exercises that accept different answers always start no teacher use this activity just to know if the students know how to practice this activity or not. Let's move to the next one, which is production stage. Production stage has also some activities. The first one is production task. Here in the production stage, students or teacher gives the opportunity to students to produce this role, to produce new sentences using this role. Production tasks, learners are given the opportunity to try out the target structure in their own sentences. The aim of the production task is to encourage learners to experiment with the target structure, not its mastery. يعني في هاد production tasks الاستاذ كيعرف انه التلاميذ ديالو مازال ما ضبطوش القاعده مزيان not its mastery، ولكن مع ذلك كيعطيهم the opportunity to try، كيعطيهم واحد الفرصه باش يجربوا. The next activity is contrast strategy. Learners are given the opportunity to contrast the newly acquired forms, roles with the ones made oral. يعني هاد الاكتيفيتي باش ما يوقعش لهم غلط ولا خلط ما بين القاعده اللي تعلموها من قبل و this new rule. كيعطيهم هاد الاكتيفيتي just to compare between these two new rules and know the difference between each of them. Let's move to يعني we have here production tasks. The students not mastery the role yet, and contrast strategy to compare between the first role and this new role. Let's move to another task, which is free production task, which means at the higher levels learners might be asked to write or prepare and present an extended piece of discourse in which the target role is used accurately, meaningfully and appropriately. يعني these tasks التلاميذ كيكونوا ضبطوا الامور ديالهم مزيان at a higher level، يعني يوصلوا لواحد المستوى اللي هو ضابطين فيه الامور ديالهم. learners might be asked to write، يعني ممكن تعطاهم فرصه to write their sentences a paragraph using this new role etc. اليوم شفنا how to teach grammar in the classroom using the PPP stages. I explained for you the stages that the teacher use in the first P, which is presentation stage, contextualization, noticing and contextualizing checklist. We see also, and in production stage we see two types or kinds of production, which is controlled and free tasks. I explained for you the production practice. First one is practice, sorry. The production stage, which has three types of production tasks, which are production tasks, contrast strategy and free production tasks. This is the lesson for today. بقى لنا فقط واحد درس in the lesson plan, which is how to teach vocab. I will explain for you soon inshallah. If you still have any questions, just ask me. I will be glad to answer you. If you still have any point that you want me to explain for you, I will do it too. ما بقى لي غير نقول لكم see you soon inshallah. Don't forget to press like and subscribe if you to get the new lessons. Bye.